Maknamaswa tells us how the celebrations are going down in Voi, and he now joins us live from there. Mak, a very good afternoon to you. Talk to us about the preparations and the celebrations.
Now, it's quite important to note that basically World War I ended globally when the armistice was signed on November 11th at 11 a.m. in 1918. But in the African or East African context, what happened is that the information reached here about 10 days later. And that's why we are marking it today, tomorrow, and the day after. But basically, this is in remembrance of the over 60,000 troops that perished across East Africa. 50,000 of them were Africans who were used as porters and soldiers in the World War I campaign when Britain was taking on Germany. Now, important to note also is that Voi here and Taita Taveta County in general happened to be the epicenter of World War I action in East Africa because it is basically at the border between Kenya and Tanzania. Tanzania used to be known as German Tanganyika, and that's where the action was. But coming back to the events of today is that we have just had KDF soldiers who have been here going through the paces and the parade, and we expect them at the top of the hour to be back here in order to pay their respects to the soldiers that perished here about 100 years ago. Important also to note that this cemetery, the Voi War Cemetery, has about 137 graves of the soldiers that were directly involved in the World War I campaign and some 6 civilians that were involved. For instance, we have here the oldest grave here is one belonging to a certain Lawrence O'Hara, who was an engineer during the construction of the Kenya-Uganda railway that took place between 1899 and 1902. The Lawrence fellow was chewed by those lions, the famous man-eaters of Savo, and his grave is the oldest one in this area. So what we are having today is that dignitaries from both Germany and Britain, which were the main combatants in the World War I campaign, are already in town, and they'll be here for a memorial service, which KDF will also be part and parcel of. And then we'll also have a gala dinner at the Taita Sarova Hotel. So this is part of the lineup for today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow when we mark the 100 years since World War I came to a close in East Africa. Back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you for that update. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you those events live from Voi, and Mark Namaso will be giving us those details.